intellect, with humility, power, and strength. Professor Donald Hope, One Jamaica, Bridge 99 FM.
Yes. Hi, Mrs. Sabrina Henry. Hi. Welcome to Bridge 99 FM. Welcome to One Jamaica. And it's good to have you with us.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. I'm so excited. It's so nice to see
Yes. And you're there in the
some
Zoom.
different
And
faces. Actually, yeah, because Zoom is the way to go right now.
yes. And you're
So,
also streaming live. I'm just telling you, you're streaming live on www.thebridge99fm.com. So other your family members and friends can also watch you and listen to you there right now.
okay, that's awesome. So, pretty much, thank you again. And what you've read earlier is just a little synopsis of me.
Yes.
And I am a past student of St. Catherine High School.
Really?
So, yes,
Praises.
dear St. Catherine, hi, we love you with your colors white and blue. All right. So,
We just had a St. Catherine High person in here and he sang the entire song and he sang to and the praises motto. So you missed it. Andre,
okay,
so like
okay. So I'm originally from Spanish Town. My
oh
family's there, and some of my family lives in Kingston. So the last time I've been to Jamaica was in June to come
mm,
and help care for my sister. She's ill. So I left Jamaica in 2007
yes.
after getting married, and then started living here in America and getting to know the culture and everything. But of course, my Jamaican part of me has never left me, it never will. So
Yes.
everywhere I go, folks tend to ask me, "Oh, your accent is so beautiful. Your accent is so strong." And they'll say, "You've been here for so long, and your accent, I mean, it's gonna stay with me forever." So
It's staying
I'm
with you
never
for it, not going anywhere. I can
yes,
imagine. I,
anywhere. So I have twang and everything else in me, but those will come out whenever needs be.
yes, I can
So
imagine. But I read that you have taught in different places. For example, in Abu Dhabi. Tell us about your experience as a
mhm.
black Jamaican woman in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so I was an educator in Jamaica, and I tend to say once an educator, always an educator.
Yes.
So I was there in two different school systems. And when I got here, I also taught here in America for a little bit, and then I went to Abu Dhabi. So teaching abroad is pretty much interesting because, as you know, the cultural differences and
Hmm.
all the different things that you have to learn and pretty much unlearn so you can get the ball rolling.
Yes.
So in Abu Dhabi, it is a Muslim country. And so obviously you have to learn to alter your way of dress and your mannerisms, like the way you greet men. It is just totally different from how you would greet women.
Tell us what's the difference. What did you have to do different? You can't just go up to a man and shake his hand.
No, if he's a Muslim and so forth, you can just say hi, or if he's a parent at your school, you may just greet him, but not shaking his hand and stuff like that. It's not seen as something that is okay. With a
Mm.
woman, you can shake their hand or give them a hug and so forth, depending on how familiar you are, but not with the gentleman.
Yes.
And so even some of the type of words that we would use and so forth. Like I remember in one class, I had a grade 4 class, and they were talking like a whole lot. There was a lot of boys, and I kept telling them to zip it. And I realized that they had this expression on their face. It was just like a total shock. And I just didn't understand what was the problem. They kept talking. And so um, a Muslim teacher there, she reached out to me and she kept saying to me that the students were complaining that I was using bad words.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've never used any bad words with these students. I wouldn't have any reason to do that. Like, why would I do that? And then she was telling me that zip it in their culture
Culture.
there, it had a different meaning. It had something that was had something to do with your private parts or something. I was totally shocked. So I had to learn the different little idioms and this and that were not allowed there. It was funny sometimes, but then you had to stay on your mark. And so they also learned a little part of me also.
Yes.
But I never ever try to downplay my culture, because I always tell people it's a part of who you are, and you don't need to change in any serious way to fit in. You just alter and
Mm-hmm.
try to fit in accordingly, but nothing serious that's going to change you as a person.
Yes.
And so living there was pretty eye opening, and it was a great experience. To most part of it, I felt pretty safe. It's a very safe country. There aren't any guns really. Like you won't find people walking around with guns and stuff like that. There was hardly any violence and stuff like that. So I felt quite safe there as a woman, black woman, as a person, just in general. So it's I've been to several different parts of the world also.
To teach or
To
to visit?
Well, just to visit. I spent a month in China for an experience. It was also an educational experience, and that was pretty eye opening as well. But one thing I can tell you in Abu Dhabi, there were a lot of Jamaicans there. We
Yes.
had a community, several different groups, and we also had Jamaican restaurants that we would visit there. So we are everywhere. We
Yes.
just leave our mark everywhere that we go. So people know who we are.
Indeed.
So for my very first book,
Yes.
I
These, so you have
this
written
one
four
is
children's books and two adult books. So you're
right.
showing us, which ones are you showing us now?
This, this is the first one I have done. This one is called "If All Wounds Were Visible," and this one was written from personal experience that I've had in while living in Jamaica.
Okay, so you have,
So,
because I think you have a background that you're using, and what it's doing is that it's absorbing the book. So you have to hold it up. Yeah,
oh,
the
let me see if
background is
I
up.
can.
So you have to hold it right. So the way you're holding it now, just push it up a little higher so we can actually see it.
Oh,
It's
are you seeing
gone.
it?
Right, the background is because what these backgrounds do, you can see it. You look at it now. We should be able to see it very quickly. If
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Are you seeing it?
Okay, if all wounds were visible, a riveting true story of a survivor's experience with domestic violence. Okay, so that's the book. All right, so you can pull
Right.
it down so we can see you. Yes.
Right. So that's the first one. So this was from a personal experience, and so I wanted to, highlight that. And there is a lot of domestic violence going on, not only in Jamaica but worldwide, and
Yes.
um, not only to women,
Is that
but
story autobiographical? Is that book based? It's an autobiographic. Yes.
yes. And
Yes.
so I also have some synopsis of other folks' experience in there, but it's mainly my experience, and just to encourage other women and gentlemen who are going through this or have survived, just to remind them that it wasn't your fault, and just to encourage them to not allow things like this to happen, and to speak against it whenever you see it or hear it, or you're aware of it in any shape or form, whether
Yes.
you know the person or not. Domestic violence is just something that is just terribly wrong.
So that's the first book that you wrote. You wrote that in the
Right.
U.S. or in Jamaica? You wrote it in the U.S.
I wrote all of them in the
In
US,
the U.S.
yes.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
So the next
And
second one.
this is my other adult book. Let me see.
Okay.
Are you seeing this one close clearly enough?
Not very clearly, but I think they have it up because in the Zoom we are not seeing it very clearly because of the background. So even you have disappeared.
Oh, I'm trying to
Yeah,
see.
go. Yeah,
Okay,
come with we. I say come with we from Dubai to Jamaica. All right, so it's
right.
come with we from Dubai to Jamaica. And it's telling. So this is one a past a patois story of three friends touring parts of Jamaica. Okay. Yes.
Right. So this one is mainly a fun book. So what I wanted to do was kind of like capture Jamaica's culture in some way. So because I was living in Abu Dhabi, Dubai is one of the Emirates in UAE. So Abu Dhabi is another Emirate, which is the city. And
Yes.
so I wrote this story of like a Jamaican living there, and he has friends there that he brought to Jamaica to tour. And so in the book it speaks about different parts of Jamaica, and there it's also written in part patois
Part.
and some
Yes.
English. Yeah. So it's a fun read, you know.
Okay.
All right.
And then the
Right.
others are the children's books.
Children's books.
Yes. Tell us about
So
those.
this one. So this one is, let me see, are you seeing this one?
Not really. You have to hold it up. I just see the two little girls, but I can't see the title. All right, come hold it up again. No,
Yes. Background
I'm
thing
not
is
seeing. Yeah, the background. What the background does is that it absorbs everything, and you have been absorbed by it. Just tell me the title of it because I can't see it very clearly.
my hair.
My afro, my hair. Okay. Tell us
Right. So
about
yeah,
that.
I can see like a part of it. I don't even know how to close this background thing out. Just in, and the
Okay,
child who's
we can see it now.
introducing.
My afro, my hair, and there are two little girls that looks like on it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So it's like a woman and a child. So the woman is supposed to be me, and the child will be my daughter.
Okay.
So this one is written about hair and the appreciation of our natural hair.
Yes.
And so it shows you different hairstyles in the book
Uh-huh.
of what my daughter has worn and what myself have worn.
Yes.
So I tend to do different hairstyles. And so that's why I have the background picture there to show
To
you I
show
have
you
long
another.
hair.
Yes, we realize. We realize that it's you.
I tend I like a variety of hairstyles, and I'm not one to agree with people judging folks what color they want to do their hair in or stuff like that. I just believe you can express yourself in whatever way you
Yes.
want, as long as it's done nicely. And
Yes.
so, right, I can see the image on
Yes,
screen now.
Lafayette is sharing the screen so we can see the image. Yes.
Awesome.
So she'll
Right.
share
So
the image so we can see them. And right. So we'll see the image as
right.
we go
So
through. Yes.
this book is I wanted like African American children to understand that you are beautiful, and not to allow anyone to let you feel as if because you have natural hair it is something that defines you in any way. It's a part of you, but please don't judge me telling me I have this type of hair or
Kinky
whatever,
hair
or
or
I
whatever.
have
Yeah,
that.
bad hair. Bad
Yeah.
hair. That's a terminology that
So
is
it is
also
a
used. Yes.
beautiful part of us, and so I have images of famous folks in there that try to remind the children that you're okay with the hair that you have and stuff like that.
Indeed.
So that's what this one is about: appreciation of our crown.
Yes.
And then this one also is called "I Am So Happy My VP Looks Like Me." And so this one is about the vice
So
president,
this is a
our
very
current.
recent. This one is more recent.
Yes. So this one is, but I was so happy for that moment for many reasons. And I wanted to be a part of the history and to capture that moment, to encourage children
Can you see that
to,
one, Lafayette? Oh, she doesn't. She's trying to share. Okay. So
yeah, to
can you
realize that,
can you
yeah, to realize that you can be whatever you want to be, and not to be deterred by what others are saying based on how you look or where you're coming from, things like
yes.
that. So that's what this one is about. Very proud moment here.
Yes, I'm so happy
And
my
then,
VP looks like me. Yes. And the next one, one, two,
and in
three,
this one,
four.
in
Yeah.
this one too, we also spoke a little bit of her background of her father being Jamaican,
Jamaican.
so that
Yes.
was mentioned in here too. So I
Yes.
tend to put bits and pieces of my culture. I try to connect somewhere, you know.
Yes.
And then this one is called A to Z Help Me Grow Toddler Coloring Book.
A to Z.
So even
Yes.
A to Z
Help me
Help
grow.
Me
Yes.
Grow Toddler Coloring Book. So even though it's a coloring book, it has story lines for each letter of the alphabet, and that's why it has A to Z.
Yes.
So,
Okay, we're
right,
seeing the image now, right? Yes.
right, because we need to. Sometimes people forget that toddlers are, mini humans. They're little, but they need to be treated well and stuff like that. So here I have like L, listen to me. I might be in danger and need your help. And so each of the page will have a line for each of the alphabet with pictures that you can color, you can discuss with your children
Yes.
and stuff like that. And then the last one is called The Colorful Cultures of Me.
The colorful cultures of me. Yes. Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
And so this one, of course, it depicts parts of my culture as well as my daughter's culture. Because here in this book, we talk about myself and my husband and our first child being from Jamaica as well as our parents, and then how my daughter will connect with that because she was born in Abu Dhabi, but
Oh.
she now lives in the USA. So it talks about those three different cultures and compares them. So we talk about like the capital of the countries, the type of foods, the type of the languages, stuff like that. And so throughout the book, you'll get those three comparisons. And this book
Yes.
can be used as an educational forum, one to discuss culture, one to
Yes.
discuss differences and similarities and things like that. And also it can use to discuss like traveling.
Traveling, right.
Right.
And
And
on
it
yes.
gives examples of different foods in Jamaica, different foods in Abu Dhabi, different foods in America, and things like that. And then it has a question section in the back where you can use to have discussion with your
With the
children,
children, yes.
students and
So
stuff
that's
like
a
that. And
good
then you can,
teaching tool that can be used in a lot of ways, but at home, parents can use it as a teaching tool for children at home. So you've been doing a lot of work, writing and doing a lot of things in a lot
right.
of ways. So you mentioned you've written the books. And Leopold, could you close your mic, please, Leopold? We are hearing you. Could you close your microphone, Leopold? Thank you. Yes. So I think we're trying to get. Let me pin Sabrina to the screen so that we have you one. Yes. So so you've written 4 children's books, 2 books really for adults. I mean, the children's books look interesting as well. And you've written quite a few books, and you wrote the first one you showed us, If All Wounds Were Visible, in a lot of ways. And of course, you have a life goal, as you tell us, to be an advocate for women who have survived domestic violence. Tell us a little bit about that before we go to the end of the discussion.
Right. So initially, when I had my experience, I kind of kept quiet about it because I thought it was just something I probably had caused unto myself. I didn't understand much about it because it started when I was 16. And I actually met someone who had hers started at 14. So it just kept getting more and more interesting to me.
Yes.
And then when I got to live abroad, I realized it wasn't really a Jamaican thing because it just appeared as if because I was just in Jamaica, it was just happening, all the Jamaicans that I spoke to, they were telling me about someone they knew and stuff. But then I realized it was happening everywhere. So I've met Americans, I've met folks in UAE, I've met folks all over the place who have actually survived this, or they actually knew someone who was going through it. So I wanted to work on becoming an advocate. So I still haven't gotten like the direct channel yet to get this done, but I've been doing it in other ways, like writing and just speaking to folks that I know. But I
Yes.
haven't gotten the forum yet to be like a major advocate. But I'm still researching it and trying to learn more so I can speak up about it to young girls, old girls,
Because in
whomever.
Jamaica, we have had, especially through the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, we have had the initiative against gender-based violence coming out as the GBV, especially coming out of the entities that are under the ministry that deal with women's issues and gender issues, and they have been working a lot on that. We have documents and policies that have been drafted. So we have been doing a lot of work on that here in Jamaica to ensure that people who are facing these things, we have helplines, we have opportunities for people to get shelters. They actually built another shelter, I think, this year especially because of COVID-19, a lot more of the pressures, the domestic pressures that people face, it becomes more intense. And so there's a lot more happening on the ground. So we have been doing a lot of work here in Jamaica because this is something, and as you said at the outset, when you introduced the book, If All Wounds Were Visible, that men and women, so it's the genders are across the genders, and whether, with whatever sexuality you are, people facing that gender-based violence in different ways. Yes, Leah, we see the apology. Thanks so much. And so it's something that is very topical and very important, and everyone who has, a role to play should play a role. So it's good that you have the book that people can write about it. So and you have these 6 books. Where do they find them? Where can people find the books, Sabrina Henry? Because you have a
Well,
lot of books.
currently because I'm here, I've been trying to reach out to bookstores there in Jamaica, but it's been pretty difficult because of the virus
What
and
about
stuff like that.
Amazon and are
So
they
they are available on Amazon.
they
They're all on
all on
Amazon,
Amazon? All are on
right?
Amazon, yes. All
And
on
then
Amazon, yes.
right, and then people who are in the US, they can also get them from me directly because as you know, business wise, when you sell on Amazon, you only get like a part portion of your
I know. I
proceeds.
have
So
yes, I
I
have
tend
books on Amazon.
I
Right,
tend
but
to encourage folks to buy from me directly,
so there's a
but they
way.
can
Are you
go
on
there.
because usually many persons who have products, cultural products or creative products, they also are on places like Instagram, so people can locate them and
Yes, I'm
connect
on
them.
Instagram too, and UK. They can access it on UK Amazon as well as Canada, US
Yes.
and stuff. And then I've also sent some to Jamaica where I've like donated to a few schools and also give to schools I used to work at, their libraries and even libraries here, stuff like that. So I can, get the books out, not necessarily for sale purposes, but to get the
So people can be
information.
sensitized as well to the fact that
Yes,
they
yes.
exist and also the information.
And
So what
also
is your Instagram handle? I thought you would have said it. What's your
it's
Instagram?
Brina, Brina_77
Brina underscore
seven
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 triple seven 2 sevens
sevens, yeah.
77. Brina underscore 77. And that's her Instagram handle for those who want to contact her directly. And the books are also available on Amazon, the different Amazons, where there's Amazon.com, which is America, and then the Amazon, the UK one, and all the other ones you can, if you're wherever you're located. So all 6 books are available on Amazon, and also you can liaise with Sabrina Henry at Brina underscore 77. That's on Instagram. Now, we know you left Jamaica, but you did tell us that you already did it because you tell us the St. Catherine High. You give us the praises motto and you sing piece of the school song. So you gave that already. You already come out of the curve with that, Sabrina Henry. And it's quite interesting, Lafayette, that we ended up with 2 St. Catherine High interviewees today. Yard to the World and Culture Matters feature, Spanish Town people. I'm from St. Catherine. I went to St. Diego, so I have to declare myself. And yes, man, St. Catherine is nice. You call our sister school. We used to go to people's sports day and all. Because my best friend at that time attended St. Catherine High. A lot of people from Lindsay actually attended St. Catherine and St. Diego, so it was a whole heap of rolling thing. My friend Nadine, tomorrow is her birthday, yes, and she attended St. Catherine High. So a lot of my friends, and we're having a little thing tomorrow, so a lot of my friends attended St. Catherine High. So, it's very interesting that I have Andre, who is also a former student of mine at the university, here this morning to talk about his creative work and, his own journey and coming from this area and also from St. Catherine High. So St. Catherine High is on the front burner high today, indeed. Praise is massive. All right. So Sabrina Henry, 6 books, lots of experience, educator all over the world, mom of 4, and experiences that cover a gamut. Any final words for our listeners out of Georgia? She's living in Georgia. Many Jamaicans live in the greater Atlanta area. It's a nice place. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Before I forget, I had changed my Instagram handle, so it is Brina underscore 427.
Brina underscore 427.
So because I'm April 27, I put it like that.
Oh, don't tell me your business. Yes, because so enough business just tell you a while ago. Don't do, they have. All right, Brina underscore 427. Mm-hmm. And somebody's asked me a question if you have any new books coming. Because you sound like you're writing a lot. You have any new books coming?
You know what? I'm always doing something. I started a recipe book because I tend to stay home and create a lot of different recipes.
Yes.
And so I started one and I haven't gotten a chance to finish it yet because I have a toddler at home and I have 2 businesses operating. So it's just been so many things going on. And I recently took on this part-time job with my college I used to attend here in Georgia. And so there's just so much going on. So I have that working on, and I also have this game that I've created, a Jamaican game that I'm working on. So
you're working on a game. So you're busy creating and doing you're like Andre was here earlier, you're wearing many hats simultaneously.
Right. So just like my wigs, I tend to wear many different wigs, just like the hats. So yeah. So
yes.
So my parting words would just be to be a light to someone. Despite what is going on with you, if you could just take a moment to enlighten and remind someone that they are important, because there is so much going on and there are so many people that are feeling down from various things happening in their lives, and they may not say anything about it, but just be kind and give a listening ear to someone, because you might just be that person that saves that person's life.
Indeed, and that's a very positive note on which to end, Sabrina Henry, because it's 11:30 here in Kingston, Jamaica, because of course a lot of people are struggling right now. COVID-19 has changed the terrain for many people, and say in the Zoom there's a San Diego person and he's saying big up Praise, our sister school, coming out of Boston, of course, because he's in Boston. Okay. Yes, so San Diego people, Spanish Town people, but of course living in the US, a lot of people. Yes, indeed. And so thank you for sharing with us. As you said, be a light to someone. And of course, if you want to get any of Sabrina Henry's 6 books, they are all on Amazon. You can also connect with her, Brina, the end of Sabrina, BRINE underscore 427. She's on Instagram. That's her Instagram handle. And you can get access to her books to purchase them and to see what she has to offer. And we hope that we'll see your books in the bookstores here in Jamaica soon, Sabrina.
Yes,
so do some work on that. It will be good indeed. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, and all the best with you and your family, your creative works, and of course your work as an educator, which I know never ends. And take good care until we talk another time. Again, all the best. Take good
Yes,
care.
thank you. You guys take care too and stay safe.